Good morning, all of you, and let us start today's program. So, today's session is about stars, observing stars, constellations, and how to conduct observation program, how to understand what all to use, how to use a telescope, how to see a star chart. Lot of things are there because these are very vital for astronomy, and astrophysics is for understanding and knowing about it is a knowledge, but when we actually come for a teaching course in astronomy in school, colleges, or in other institutions, we have to show students actually the sky, and we have to organize sky observation programs. We have to see how to see various objects, how to locate objects in the sky, where to see the objects. And in that case, if there is actually the sky is dark, still sometimes during an observation the sky clouds come, how to manage those situations using say some software like Stellarium or Starry Night. So and how to assemble a telescope means how to put all the parts of a telescope and make it ready for observation program. What are the various things of a telescope? How to do a photography using a simple like a mobile camera also, or sophisticated DSLR or CMOS camera, or also all these things, CCD cameras. So all these things will be in a elementary way. We can't have a very vast discussion. For all these things, today we have with us amateur astronomer from Kerala, Sri Surendran Punnessery, and he is a famous astrocolumnist, mainly in Malayalam. In all leading newspapers, he has written a lot of articles. In fact, every week he writes about astronomy, and he is known throughout the state very well for his astronomical endeavors and his interest in astronomy, and he has conducted thousands of observations throughout the state. So we have a very proficient amateur astronomer, astrocolumnist, a retired teacher from a school who has been fully devoted to astronomy and its popularization. So I welcome Mr. Surendran Punnessery to start his talk. Please, you can start your talk. You can share the screen. Uh,
May I audible?
yeah, you are audible. You can share the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh,
Now you minimize, and then you minimize the meet, and then you can go to the desktop and start your. You can minimize. Yeah, okay. And now make it full screen. F5. Full screen. Yes, it's
okay.
perfect.
Okay.
You can start your talk.
Okay. Very good morning to everybody. I am Surendran Punnessery, an amateur astronomer. Audible? Can you see me?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
see you.
yes. Okay.
We can see your point.
I think the meaning of amateur is derived from a Latin word, amatura. You may know it. Amatura meaning the true lover, not an ordinary lover, it is true lover. So, amateur astronomy is the true love of stars and the sky, celestial wonders. So, it is beyond the words, beyond the grammar, beyond the language. It is a sheer enthusiasm, the aesthetic sense of sky watching. I welcome you all to a night watching site with thousands and thousands of twinkling stars in the sky. What a heavenly beauty! It is like a poem, like an erotic, it's a fascinating poem, like a lovely poem. So, I am very interested, in love with astronomy. You understand that I am not a professional astronomer. Yesterday we heard the glorious class of Dr. Shailaja. They are professional astronomers. They know very much about it. I don't know anything that derivations, mathematics. So, a poor little amateur astronomer. So your question should be very simple. I will answer whatever I know. I think you can follow me, my language. Okay. Sky watching is an age-old hobby. Perhaps thousands and thousands of years ago, the cavemen see the sky with interest, lovely interest, in amateur style, not professional style, not astrological style, only with the interest. They draw their feelings on the walls of the cave, wall drawings, the bull, the dogs, and other animals they know. Now we call they are the constellations, modified form. They are the constellations. So astronomy is an age-old hobby. We can practice. We can practice the students, teachers, and public. You can watch the sky yourself. You can use mobile phone, WhatsApp, Facebook, etc. nowadays to call a group. So first of all, we can say something about making a star group or astronomy club in schools or in other areas. You know, one thing I forget to say that certain animals, including migratory birds, use the star pattern to know their nest or their breeding area. So I think not only the human beings but certain animals and birds, even certain beetles or insects in Africa, it is heard that they are using the patterns of the sky. Okay, anyway, come to sky watching. How, when, where? You know, today we have so many sophisticated instruments and virtual sky maps, mobile phone, camera, CCD camera, space, Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb Telescope, spaceships, etc. I am mainly pointing towards the naked eye sky watching, then to binocular, then to telescopic watching. For a astronomy club to association or an astronomy association, you can do in your own way, your own method. But how to start a star club? My viewpoint, certain points, I think it may help you. Select 20 to 30 people who are interested in astronomy. That is main point. Interest is the main point. I told you that interest from love. That is very important. Uninterested people gathered a collection, it is not useful for us. So the interested person, you can select them with a quiz program or interview or something like that. Then find a place to meet at least one day a week. That is very important. A meeting, an association, not in Facebook association, not in WhatsApp association. You physically present some area, some place, or some classroom, or some place like that. Take the basic of astronomy by an experienced person. You know, that is very important. How to watch the sky, where to watch, when to watch. You should know, perhaps you may be a higher secondary school teacher or a college teacher with a physics background, astronomy background, okay. But you may not have so much basic knowledge about sky watching. So an experienced person should be there with you. Find a place to observe. That's very important. A place to observe. Not all places are good for observation. You know the city, Not good for them. Because why? The artificial light and the dust. Nowadays it is very difficult to see the sky in the town area, even in the street, because dust, street light and all other artificial lights. So find a place to observe. It can be a spacious yard or field. It is best to observe outside the city with the low levels of artificial lights and dust. Okay, so it is clear village area is best for us. Initially, there is no need to use any big tools. That is very important. Many students, their parents asked me, sir, what is the best telescope? From where I can get a telescope? What is the importance of many questions like that. Initially, there is no need to use. Jayant already told you that an amateur astronomer purchased a telescope the last 10 years ago only. So, in my opinion, buying a telescope the first time is not good for sky watching. So, what can we do? Initially, there is no need to use any big tools, including telescopes. Our naked eye and the star chart are enough, but a green laser torch can be used if required. Our naked eye. It is a powerful tool to observe the sky. Not only the sky, the nature also. You know, I am a biology teacher. To observe a flower, the insect, the pollination, we are observing through our naked eye. We can see the pollens. We can see the pollination, the dancing of the butterflies on the flower through our eyes. Then we use the microscope in the high school class or higher secondary schools only. Likewise that we can use our telescope later. First you use your eyes only. It is a huge instrument. You know, the total comets that we know up to now is, I think, about 2000 or 2500. About 400 comets are known to us before the invention of telescope. You know, about 4000 comets are discovered or found or known to us before the invention of telescope. You know, in ancient times, people know the 5 planets: Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. These planets, without any instruments, with their naked eyes, all the constellations, the faint stars, only with the naked eye. But you should have a dark night, a dark village area, not village area, any place with a dark, clear sky, clear night, even without a bright moonlight. Okay. A green laser torch can be used if required. I will show you a green laser torch, but it is somewhat dangerous to eye later. You can learn to use binoculars and telescopes. Then you can use the binoculars and telescopes. How to use a binocular, how to buy a binocular, what is the importance of a binocular, and telescopes. Finally, you can learn learn to use star watching software and move to the basics of astrophotography. Okay, then you can move to sky watching software. I can show you certain sky watching softwares, Stellarium or Redshift or Celestia, etc. Some are some softwares. But very important point, you all have a mobile phone. This mobile phone has so many star watching softwares. They are not useful. Useless softwares. Why? Because you are looking the bright screen, and and you are looking the sky. You can see the Orion very bright, the Sirius very bright, the Jupiter very bright, bright screen, and you are looking outside. Nothing you can see. Why? That is a trick of your eye. In your eye, the pupil is very minimized during bright light. Then when it is looking very dark, it will increase its size. It is known as dark adaptation. One point is there. So, after familiarizing with the sky and sky watching, only you should use the software, and you can move to astrophotography, not with sophisticated SLR cameras. Start with mobile camera. Mobile camera astrophotography is a fashion in nowadays, even the primary school children in Kerala. Okay, this is a field, open field. I have told you, in Kerala we get only these types of field because here and there so many coconut trees are there. But in other places like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Rajasthan, I think there may be huge open spaces or terrace to useful for sky watching. Okay, this is a one day time. In front of my house, this is the sky view during a autumn season. You know why this slide? Because this is the day with bright sky, bright clouds, bright even plants. You cannot see anything, only sun, and sometimes the moon, and very rarely evening sky, the Venus, and certain aeroplanes you can see. Okay, and this is the sun with a filter, you can see. But night you can see the moon, not this type, with glorious beauty. Then you can dream Jupiter like this, Saturn like this, Uranus bluish world, Uranus greenish world, Uranus Neptune is a bluish world, etc. But these are dreams. You can even dream about the Pluto with Charon. But these are stories, not the reality. What is real? This is real. This is real. Karan, this is because this is house. This is my house, or an ordinary house with a tube light or a CFL lamp. You can see everything: the car, bike, window, and the plants, etc. But what about the sky? This is our moon, the beautiful moon. This is our Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. And here somewhere is the giant Saturn. You cannot see it. I think in your screen, I don't know, you can see the Saturn or even the Jupiter. This is the real sky in the night time when we shoot with an ordinary camera. But when there is no home light or artificial light, you can see the sky like this. Okay? But you can learn by seeing this type of a sky, I think almost nothing. Without knowing a basic knowledge about the sky, you cannot see, you cannot identify anything. But here lies the super giants, the red star, red supergiant, blue giant, nebulae, comets, asteroids, planets, stars, double stars, single, triple, quadruple, star clusters, glorious galaxies, spiral, globular, irregular, quasar, everything. This is the vast sky. You cannot see anything. That is the wonder. Then how can we explore all this? First, your naked eye, then small instruments, finally sophisticated instruments with all the imagination will be there. Okay. Once the ancient people, they dream, their imagination was the sky like this. They draw their pictures. Once I have told you that in their cave walls there are so many pictures. Here are certain pictures. These are not the direct pictures of them. This is Virgo, and here is the swan, and here is Pegasus, not the newspaper related Pegasus. This is the Greek Pegasus. Here the Ophiuchus and so many other things. Altogether, now we have about 88 star constellations in the sky. Okay, we can come to the point later. So, what can we do for knowing these constellations? We can use a star chart. The first instrument, the first tool to use to explore the sky is a star chart. You can make your own star chart, no problem. You can buy star chart with huge money. You can make a star chart with your mobile phone. In my opinion, they are not enough for you, because you are interested, you are in love with the sky, so you can prepare or manipulate your own star chart with your own requirements. Suppose I am an astrophotographer. I don't want ordinary star chart. I required a highly complicated star chart sometimes, because depending upon my work. Okay, anyway, you can read this. Things to look out for when using a star chart. The star chart is an image of the star in the sky. Okay? The star chart is an image of the star in the sky. Okay. Then, here we introduce a simple star chart. Most of these are visible to the naked eye. Perhaps some ideas are repeating. Hold the star chart above the head and adjust the direction. Yes, that's very important. Suppose this is a star chart, and hold it above the head like this. Can you see me? I don't know. Hold the star chart above and keep the direction okay, because north towards the back, the head, south here, right west, then left east. I think they can, okay, no problem. Okay. Try to identify the shape in the chart. I'll say you later. Only after getting acquainted with one constellation, you can move to the next. Keep your eyes in the dark for 15 to 20 minutes. That is very important. That I have told you later. That I have told you about the dark adaptation. This is to enlarge the pupil of the eye and identify it with the dark. This is called dark adaptation. It is very important. Okay. Now this is a sky. It is from Redshift software, which I am using for the last 20 years. Okay. This star chart. I think you can see the screen. I don't know.
We can see.
Okay. The resolution I don't know, because it is a screenshot. Okay, here you can see a very beautiful and very famous constellation. Then what is a constellation? It is a group of stars that we appear to see like that. It is not real. Here is another constellation. Here is another constellation. In a chart, we should know where is north, where is south, where is west, east, and where is west and where is east. When we are using upon the sky or night time, star chart. Let me use another. I want to go back. Okay. Yes. This constellation is very famous for us. It is Orion the Hunter. In ancient times, they are familiar with hunting, dogs, animals, etc. So they gave name for the constellation a hunter. It is only the basics, most of you are very familiar with this constellation. But there are certain students in this group, they are only starting. So let me give a general idea about this constellation. So I have told you that constellation is a group of stars, but they are not the same place. Before that, you should know that we are living on Earth, and Earth is moving from west to east. The sky or the celestial sphere, you can say it, is rotating from east to west. Don't go much more about it, you will confuse. So the constellations and the stars are rising from east and coming up to the zenith and setting the west. The stars only. There are certain patterns. You understand, when you understand these patterns, you can see the same pattern in the same season. So in the January, February, March month, from India, you can see at the about 8 to 9 o'clock, you can see very beautifully these constellations. Suppose today, the 22nd February 2020, next year also the February, and the coming 50 or 100 or 500 years, this same constellation should be there, like this, rises in the east, coming to the zenith and setting west. Don't go towards the rotation, spinning, movement, etc. in the classroom. That is my kind request to you. Don't go along with that. How it is rotating, how it is setting. Don't go there. You experience it in a field. That is far better. That is an experience. So this constellation, with a head, with a shoulder, this is a belt, this is leg. So this constellation, Orion, is a hunter with this head, with this shoulder, with this belt, and with this leg. Is lying towards north, towards pointing the head towards north, so the leg towards south. Here is a sword, but the Orion sword. Here you can see a faint star-like structure, which is a nebula. Later I will show you the nebula in close-up. But the importance of this constellation is, even a primary school student can identify this constellation very well. His one hand, his other hand. The beautiful sky. Then another important point is there, if there is moonlight, you can see the constellation very well. Then when you identify this constellation, it is easy to understand or familiarize other constellations also, the neighboring constellations. Otherwise, don't go here and there to look and go there, go here, etc. Don't go here and there. Very below to this Orion constellation is another constellation, Lupus. Southern side. Here you can see another constellation which is also famous, which is Sirius the star and the Canis Majoris. Canis Majoris. It is a big dog. In Sanskrit, it is known as Brihatchuana. Brihatchuana. You can see another star here, somewhere here, the small dog also somewhere here, which is known as Procyon. Somewhere here, which tree makes a triangle here. Okay, another constellation is Taurus, very near to western side of the Orion. You can see the Taurus constellation. Just west side to the Taurus constellation, you can see Pleiades, Trikartika in Malayalam or Sanskrit. It is an open cluster. Open cluster. You know, here you can see the nebula, Orion Nebula, which is one of the nearest star forming nebula in our sky. Star formation is taking place. So the stars in this nebula are in the nursery level. Then look here. This is Pleiades. This is an open cluster. The stars in this group is in the high school or primary school. Other in kindergarten, the stars in this Orion Nebula are studied in kindergarten. But here the stars in this Pleiades is studying in primary school. That's the age difference, you know. Okay. Then Aldebaran. Here are Eridanus and so many. And here the Gemini Constellation. Once again, we come to the center. Here is the Orion Constellation. It is his belt. Here is the sword. At the middle of the sword, there is a nebula, which is the nearest nebula. It is visible to the naked eye. To many, my talk is a repetition. Don't worry. To certain students, it is useful. I am a teacher, so I am repeating. Here is the head, here the shoulder, here is the belt, here is the leg, here is the Orion Nebula. Then we can see certain, now we have seen the nebula star forming region, then the open cluster. There are certain closed clusters also that we cannot see with our naked eye. This open cluster is the brightest open cluster to our naked eye. Brightest open cluster to our naked eye. Then you can see certain old stars. Here you know the kindergarten stars, very young stars, they are forming, just forming. You can see beautiful small stars are forming through a good telescope. Here the young stars, blue stars. Most of the stars are blue. With the naked eye you can see 6 or 7 stars, or with a binocular you can see 20 to 30, or with a telescope you can see hundreds to 200 stars with your naked eye. So various infant stars here, young stars here. Here you can see the middle-aged star. It is regal. It's a very young star, bluish star. It is young stage, the middle stage of its life. But here you can see another star. This is a famous Betelgeuse. In Malayalam it is known as Tiruvadira. There it is a giant star, very many times larger than our sun. It is a very old star. I think it is heard that it is lying 647 light years away. Suppose it is destroyed or explode into a supernova, we cannot detect until 647 years. The wonder is that if it is exploded into a supernova, it is one of the supernova candidates in our sky. The event takes place, suppose the event takes place today, we know only after 647 years, because this star is 647 light years away. What's a wonder? What is the history? What is the present? What is the future? So, the sky itself is the world of history, I think. Okay, here is Aldebaran. In Malayalam, it is Rohini, Aldebaran. It is an orange red star. It is larger than sun. Here's a wonder news that almost all the stars are larger than sun. That is the main problem. Okay, so you can see different types of stars, different levels of stars. Some are double stars, some are single stars. Okay, the Betelgeuse is a single star, but here is another star. He is waiting for us. What's the importance of this star? Many of them this is known as Sirius. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. Brightest star in the sky. It is 8.7 light years away. It is a double star with a Sirius B along with it. Here the dog, Brihatschuanan, large dog. You can draw a line from here to here, and here somewhere is the Procyon, a star in the constellation of small dog, which is Canis Minor. You can draw a very good triangle here. This I will show you later in my star map. Okay, now you are very familiar with this star. Is the brightest star to us after sun. The brightest star in the night sky, Sirius, which is 8.7 light years away. Okay, but okay, there are altogether 88 constellations in the sky, but 12 constellations are very important because it is lying in the ecliptic area. Ecliptic area, eclipse is an imaginary line through which sun and moon are moving. So this Leo, Cancer, Gemini, then Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra and Virgo are the 12 constellations. These are sun constellations, sun signs. Where is the sun on a particular time, it is known as the same month. Suppose the sun is here, which is known as the month of Twins. Here the month of Leo, the month of Virgo, the month of Scorpion, etc. is going on. It is very important. Each month has 30 degree. So the total is 360 degree. Each month 30 degree, depending upon the each day sun moving 1 degree. The same time moon moving 13.3 degree per day. That is known as null distance in Malayalam. Here is our map. Our map. the useful map, very simple map. This map can be used even primary students, primary school students, or a common man. I prepared this map with the help of a Redshift software. Today night itself you can use this. Here's, I am not repeating anything. Still I say, here is the constellation Orion. The belt, the legs, the shoulder, the head, three shafts, everything. Okay. Here you can see the Sirius star. Sirius star. Here you can see the Procyon. Procyon is here. Here is Procyon. Procyon. Draw a line like this. You will get a triangle pointing to south. Okay. Aldebaran is here. Gemini is here. Another constellation Auriga is there. A famous star Capella is within it. Okay. Star. This star map you can use. Keep it above the head and understand the direction. Okay. This is a real sky photography, not with a SLR camera. This is with my compact camera. There are merits and demerits for this photography. I can tell you the demerits. It is not bright. Okay? You cannot see the constellation separately. There is a full moon, but I do this. I don't know why it is so. I loved it because here is the bright moonlight. Even then, you can see the Orion constellation. You know, Betelgeuse, other star, the three belted, etc. And the Sirius, Procyon. In the next picture, you can, how beautiful it is now. We can give is a project work to school students. Not only sky watching and forgetting everything. Allow them to photograph the sky. Even there is a moon, not full moon, and say them to draw lines with the help of a computer software. Here you can see the Betelgeuse, Tiruvadira. This Orion, Orion belt, Regal, the legs, the Procyon. In Malayalam it is known as Punardam, the Sirius, Rudran. The triangle is very noticeable here. It is winter triangle. You know how beautiful it is seeing a hunter along with this triangle. Nowadays we can say this like a mixie. But olden days there is no mixie, so they gave the name of a. How beautiful! So when there is a astronomy club in your school or college, you can allow your students not waiting for a telescope, don't waiting for a SLR camera, sophisticated SLR camera with so many huge money. Buy an ordinary compact camera without any zoom, or use a mobile phone with software and photograph. Then give to your students. You can make wonderful things with you. This is only for primary students. Very, very clear Orion. This is the Orion Constellation. I am repeating. Betelgeuse, the star, the shoulder, the head, the belt, the sword, the legs. Full fledged Orion Constellation. Goodbye to Orion Constellation. Okay. This is the Betelgeuse star. You know, whatever may be the size of the telescope, whether it is refractive, reflective, Hexagon, the size, you cannot see a star with a large dish nature like moon. But in certain telescope with using computer software etc., you can make a moon-like picture of certain stars like Betelgeuse or Antares. One of such a photography is this. You cannot see anything more. That's okay. This is the Orion Nebula that we have told. Orion Nebula is one of the nearest nebula, is star forming nebula. It's visible to naked eye. You can photograph it with the help of a SLR camera. These are different types of galaxies. These galaxies are beyond sometimes the limits of binoculars, which we can use the telescopes. I will mention you certain telescope, not so much. This is Andromeda Galaxy. Why I introduce a galaxy like Andromeda? It is one and the only galaxy, underline this, it is one and the only galaxy which you can see with your naked eye in the northern hemisphere. It is very near to Pegasus constellation, the north east side of Pegasus constellation. You can see it. It is very faint. You cannot see it in the town area or polluted area. You can see it only in the remote area that I have told you before. This is another star chart that I have given to newspaper in Malayalam. It's Leo, the constellation Leo. You look here. This is a moon photo without using a telescope, only with a certain zoom in the compact camera. This also, there are so many cracks, dark areas, marias you can see in this moon map. Beautiful, artistic type photography. Moon photo. Yes. Another work for astronomy is moon mapping. It's a very simple work. You can photograph a moon with the help of a compact camera or an SLR camera. I always mention in compact camera because it is very cheap. A good SLR camera required at least 1 lakh rupees. A good SLR camera, I think. You may be using, but a compact camera require only 30,000 or below 30,000. You know, Mare Crisium, Mare Fecundatis, Mare Nectaris, Mare Triangulatis, Tycho crater, Kepler crater, Aristarchus crater, Copernicus crater, Mare Serenities, and the place where Apollo landed. Everything can be labeled. What a good work for students, even in higher secondary school. A good work. A good work for your astronomy enthusiast in the astronomy club. Amateur work. This is another beauty of the sky. This is a daytime moon. This is a daytime moon. Here is the branch of a mango tree. From my courtyard, backyard, I took this photo. Not sharp moon, but daytime moon. It is about 12:30 a.m. the last year. How beautiful it is. Here we can come with the art and astronomy. Yes, astronomy has its own artistic aesthetic beauty. So we can convert it into astro art, astro poem, astro story. All these things can be related to astronomy. So many Malayalam poems are there to say many things about astronomy. You know, in Adhyatma Ramayana, there is a line about Agastya Stuti, which is known as Agastya, the hermit. He is saying about the sun. You know, what a wonderful line it is. I think it is a Sanskrit line. Shandaya, Raudraya, Kamyaya, Ghoraya, Kandimadim, Kamarupayade. Shandaya, Raudraya, Kamyaya, Ghoraya, Kandimadim, Kamarupayade, Stavarajanga Majaryayade, Namo Nama. The different action of sun, Shanda, the sun, you know, a glorious ball of light erupting, different size. Sometimes it is very cool, sometimes it is very eruption, sometimes it's violent nature. These are written in words: Chandaya, Raudraya, Kamyaya, Ghoraya, Kandimadim, Kamarupayade. Kandimadi, beautiful. Kamarupayade, attractive, fascinating. So it is amateur astronomy, the beauty of the sky. Art and astronomy are highly related. Coordinate or combined this astronomy information with arts. It is very useful to your students. Not only with trigonometry, not only with derivations, and also with the poems and the history and stories, etc. are. So this, it is given to the art of astronomy. Here you can see the moon, Jupiter and Saturn is here, but you cannot see it because it is very faint. You may ask, the sky, what you can see in the sky? Many things that we cannot see in the sky. You know, these are the comets in a evening in the sky, but we cannot see it. All the comets are beyond our naked eye limits, or beyond the limits of an ordinary telescope. For only showing, I presented this presentation only, no purpose, no practical purpose. So we can come to beyond the eye limit. Here you can see what it is. I will show you what it is. Please give me a minute. You can see this is a solar filter. The full is not a solar filter. Many of them are using solar filters in many times, in many purpose, but here is the solar filter. This solar filter used during the time of transit of Venus in June 2020, June 6, 2012. You know, here you see the filter is here, a small area filter. All of these are cardboards and advertisements, or the description about the how to look, how to watch, etc. You cannot see anything in an ordinary day. When you see this through your eye, you can see the sun very clearly with a reddish or orange color. All other areas can be prevented. You know, you cannot see the sun directly. It is harmful to your eyes. So the solar filter used. This is another type of solar filter for using for computers, telescopes and binoculars. This is a solar filter I am using for my binocular as well as my compact camera. This is my compact camera. You may ask which is the compact camera, the number, etc. Don't worry, there are so many types of compact cameras in the Nikon, Canon, etc. It's improvised with the help of my daughter. She is studying in the +2 class. She is a well amateur photographer, astronomy photographer. I use this like this. This is a camera, ordinary use. Not further detailed setup, ISO, etc. Don't forget it. Everything. It is very difficult. So keep it here. This is improvised. Put here. And watch the point towards the sun. Don't look direct to the sun. You can see the things here. If there is a chance, I can show you the sun directly now itself, because it is here is a room.
Punnessery, can you bring the camera to the center? Means whatever you are showing, you show it little away.
Okay.
Little up. We can't see.
Okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. So here's the solar filter. This is improvised, I told. Solar filter is a huge sheet. You can buy it from online and cut it and put it like this. Nothing beyond that. It is a good practical work to your students in the class, project work. My daughter helped for this purpose. She is not much interested in astronomy, but she is interested to getting money from me for doing this. That she is doing. Okay. Then I took so many photos. I will show you the photos. This compact camera is favorite for me, as well as terrestrial purpose as well as celestial purpose. 65 optical zoom for this. I will show you. Video is also somewhere there. Let me a few minutes to put it back, otherwise can be lost. Please give me a few minutes to put it back into the proper area. Okay, otherwise it may lost. There are so many. Okay, another, this is the filter. Another thing is a monocular. I will show you. To many these are not familiar. To many these are, you know. Okay, look here. This is a monocular. I think the picture is upside down. Don't worry. Don't forget everything.
Little more up. Up.
Okay.
Yeah. Not so much.
Okay.
Down. Yeah.
Okay. This is a small telescope, which is also known as a monocular, with 18 optical zoom. 18 optical zoom. Here is this is a separate. Here's the eyepiece, the objective. 2 lens only. Then adjustment is here. This is the adjustment. Minor adjustment only. Don't think to see many wonderfuls. Just to increase the size and just to increase the clarity of moon. For moon watching, or taking moon photos with the help of a mobile phone, it is very useful. Okay, I will show you how to use this. Okay, keep it here like this and put your mobile phone. This is the camera area, and here's the whole eyepiece area. You focus and adjust the monocular like this, and when it is in the good focus, keep it like this and put the camera lens this, or before that you can use it for the tripod. Okay, you can use it. It's very easy. Without using tripod, you can also use it, but the shivering can affect you. Or you can use a Bluetooth switch for this purpose. Anyway, you can take the photos, beautiful photos. You know, this is very important because once about 4,000 years ago, a man used these types of a monocular. The person you know very well, Galileo Galilei. But on that magnification is, I think it is about 30 magnification, not much better than this. But he used it to see four moons of the Saturn, the rings of four moons of Jupiter, and not Saturn, four moons of Jupiter. Nowadays it is known as Galilean satellites, and the rings of Saturn, and so many craters in the moon. But we have this. We have these telescopes. We have Cassegrain telescopes. What are we doing? Not here. All in the world. We have facilities. Even though we are doing nothing when compared with Galileo Galilei, Johann Kepler, Vadasheri Parameswaran Nambudiri, the famous astronomer in Kerala, once lived in, I think, 17th century. We are doing nothing. Why? We are not so much interested in that case. So, interest in astronomy leads us to the beyond the limits of sky. Okay, that is amateur astronomy. Here is the telescope, the small telescope, and the camera fitted. Here's the moon. This is binocular. I'll show you a binocular live. This is one of the binocular I am using. I am using 4 binoculars.
Brilliant.
Hello? Can you see this? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the best binocular for a starting purpose or the beginners. You can see a number. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see the number?
Yeah, but your finger is blocking it. Now it is okay.
Okay. It is 7 into 50. The power of this binocular, 50 is the circumference measurement, and 7 is the magnification, and field is 6.8 degree. There is a cap. Here also is a cap. So you can fold this like this. Child or grown up people, etc. you can use. use the binocular like this, focus it with your left eye and keep closing your right eye, focus it with left eye, then focus it with this knob, and you can finalize the vision. That is a practical work. You can see. What is the difference between seeing a star or celestial wonder with a binocular or with a naked eye? When you see the moon with a binocular, it is very fantastic and beautiful, because you can get a three-dimensional effect of the moon. That is very, very, very fantastic. Three-dimensional effect of the moon. Because when we are looking through a telescope, we are looking with our one eye. But binocular is two. We will get a binocular vision. That is our real vision. Only when there is a binocular vision, we feel the three-dimensional effect. It is only an effect. When you look through the sky, suppose you are looking the center of the Milky Way. You are looking the Milky Way through a telescope or through a binocular. You may feel that you are somewhere there. You are somewhere there, not here. Not in Earth, not in the classroom, not in the field. You are somewhere else along with the stars. This I experienced with my latest 20 into 80 binocular. It's a gigantic binocular. It required a tripod, etc. They last about 12 a.m. midnight in the terrace. We only are looking the Milky Way with billions and billions of stars are shining. We are looking through our gigantic binocular. We may feel that we are there, not here. The thrilling effect. It is not a. It is a poetic effect. I welcome all of you to enjoy such a fascinating night with the starry sky, the flowers of the sky, the beauty of the sky. This is the telescope I am using. It is a refractive telescope, 4-inch mid. It's an average telescope, not much use in the deep sky observation, etc. But it is good for me, I think. There is no GPS or motorized facilities. It is only manual tracking, etc. Can be. This is the day when there was a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse in 2019. I used these specs. Thank you. I used these specs and this is from the backyard of my Taravadu. It's a very famous Taravadu because the ground is very spacey, and I can see the east, west, south, etc. It's a beautiful gardens around that. Now I am not living there, very near to that house. Even though I can see pole star, southern sky, evening star, etc. from my house. It's also a thrilling effect to me. Yes, this is a photo from the telescope with the help of this telescope of that annular eclipse. The annular size photo is somewhere here. I cannot detect it. Okay. Then this is another type of telescope which is known as the Dobsonian telescopes. I think it is Dobsonian sometimes. This is another telescope we used during the Astro live commentary that arranged with the help of planetarium and All India Radio. These types of telescope is here. It is a Newtonian telescope which is using a mirror here to show the sky wonders. This is a Dob telescope, Dobsonian. It is motorized, about 1,25,000. This is the highly modern Sygrian telescope. Here, this telescope, Jayant allowed me to take this photograph. I am very thanks to Jayant and the planetarium for giving me such a great opportunity to show me along with the Sygrian telescopes. Okay, happy sky watching. Now we can go to Stellarium Software. How to use a software? How to show all the things? Okay. Opening the Stellarium. Can you see the software? Can you see the Stellarium? Hello?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Just a minute. Thanks. Before entering into the Stellarium software, I have to say something about the softwares. Always I am against software, but not an enemy of software. I don't know why it is so. Because I love sky like mother or wife. Stellarism is another lady, not our mother, not our wife. So it's a separation. But other ladies can help us. So Stellarium also can help us. All the mobiles nowadays has 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 softwares like Stellarium. Don't fill your mobile with the whole Stellarium softwares. Use only 1 or 2 in your laptop or computer, desktop, and use whenever you want. Underline, whenever you want only. To study with the software sky, to study the astronomy with the software is almost very difficult. I am not going to say it is impossible, it is very difficult. Here you can see a ground. The south. In your area, can you see such a vast area? No. So you experience the sky with your own facilities, for your own backyard, your own field. That is that's a very good experience. Okay. When you open this, always default is the south. Here all the directions. This is north. You can see north, and rotate like this: northeast, east. This sky. Southeast. This south. Okay. This is the south from Calicut. I think it is from Calicut or Kochi. Okay, check it later. This is the south sky. This time, the time is also, I will show you the time. Okay, 2022, 23rd February, 10:32. 10:32. Time is not ready. Well, I think there is a, when you connect it with the internet, it will be automatically, the time will be okay. Anyway, this day, see the, then here is the, here you can give the time and date, etc. You can change the date. This 2023, 2024, or you can go back 21, 19, etc. You can change here the month. You can change here the date. Everything you can change. Listen here, and you can change here the time. Whatever with the time. Time changing extra may take some times. You will be familiarized with that. Okay. You can change the location here. You know, this location is now, I don't know where is it. Yes, here the location is Kochi, Southern Asia, Earth system default, like that. You know, here you can change the latitude and longitude, etc. First of all, when you are using or open this, the default may be somewhere here, Britain or America or something like that. Latitude may be north 49, longitude east 10 degree, etc. But you can change either from giving space here, or can change with the help of this arrow mark. Here this arrow mark is almost very near to Kerala, and add it to the list here. It will take little time. Okay, 79, 80, 84. Okay. Time also. Then sky view can be changed with the help of background, marking, landscape, etc. are here. Then configuration of the window, everything is here. This is daytime. So we can in 2019, 2022 February 23rd. Okay, this is daytime. Only sun can be seen. In the evening time, what can we see? We can change the time. Evening. It is about you know, this is pointing towards east. So when time is going back, the sky is setting east. This is the evening time. 15 minutes approximated 6 o'clock evening. The east sky. Before that I will show you the setting sun. Here you can, the west today, here is the sun. today evening, 23rd to 2022 evening, 5 o'clock or something like that. Okay, sun is, it is only approximate. Sun is setting. You can increase the time. Sun is setting. Okay, sunset. Just after sunset, you can see the twilight. That is very important for astronomers. Twilight is the light, or it is like an afterglow of the sun. So you cannot see many planets, stars in this twilight. You can see certain planets, for example, Venus and sometimes Jupiter in the twilight. I think here somewhere the planets is here. Okay, the stars are appearing. Now, when twilight is fading, stars appearing. That is the sight of western sky today or tomorrow. What are these sky wonders? Beforehand I told you about the stars. We cannot see anything. We cannot identify anything. What a pathetic situation. Identify them. How? Some names are here and there. Cannot do anything. Yes. These are the pictures. That we can enjoy the pictures, but there is no much use for sky watching. Pisces, Cetus, Andromeda, etc. We want certain patterns. Okay, well done. This is the sky patterns. You know, sky patterns are here. Okay, sun setting, the sky pattern. Pegasus, one of the famous constellation. Pegasus, the flying horse in the Greek mythology, is here in the evening sky today or tomorrow, etc. It is a huge square. And here is Pisces, here the Andromeda, here Cetus. So many constellations are here. Here the Cassiopeia. But in the twilight, you cannot see much things in the sky. So wait for a while. This time is 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. They are setting. After near to 8 o'clock, you can see certain clear in the west. You can see the Pisces, and the north side, west, you can see Cassiopeia, etc. No use of by hearting all this. You can familiarize this with. But after a while, about 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock, you can see our beautiful what? Now you can remember the whole thing that I have mentioned to you. Here is the constellation Orion. What a beautiful sight it is. You can use this like scrolling this mouse. You say all the things to your club members or students beforehand using this software. Otherwise, scrolling this and showing them, they will saw like a serial man or a television story, etc. like that. What a beautiful, okay. This is the Orion Constellation, Betelgeuse, the 3 head, the other Bellatrix star. You can see the whole stars with labeled Alnitak, Alnilam, Mintaka. These are the 3 stars in the belt of Orion. I am repeating Alnitak, Alnilam, Mintaka. A-A-M. I am repeating this because these 3 stars are super giant stars, super blue giant stars. All stars, giant stars are not red giants. In the theory class, astrophysics class, we are always discussing about the red star, supergiant, supernova explosion, nova explosion, and black hole, event horizon, etc. But where we can see all this, such a huge star can be seen here in the belt, the 3 supergiant stars. I think sometimes a supergiant star can directly convert into supernova, etc. I don't know much about the astrophysics other theories. Okay. This Orion Nebula, Regal, Saipe, Bellatrix, everything is here. And the Aldebaran, the Auriga Constellation, Capella Star, Gemini Constellation, Canis Major. You see, this Gemini Constellation is known as well known. It is a huge dog, Canis Major, Brihatswanam, the eye of the dog, the body of the dog, the leg of the dog, the tail of the dog. You can see a huge dog rising from the southeastern sky today evening also. It is not shown in the evening sky, in the night sky, but you can see. This is Lupus, a small constellation. This star is, earlier we mentioned, the Procyon, small dog. This is large dog, this is small dog. Remember that he is a hunter. So dogs are the friends of a hunter. Draw a line from here to Procyon to Sirius, you will get a beautiful triangle. This is winter triangle. This time it is pointed towards the south. Yes, with the help of this Orion and with the help of this winter triangle, you can see or identify another star with very important, that is Canopus. Why? Because Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, in the night sky. Day sky, it is sun because of it is very near to us. Canopus is 980 approximate 1000 light years, 980 light years away from us. Still, it is shining like a lighthouse. It is very near to the southern horizon, even though it is bright. Today itself, you can see the Orion, the Sirius, and the southern Canopus from your home, anywhere from India. You can see a beautiful sight here. See this Procyon, see this Betelgeuse, see this Sirius. Here 1, 2, 3, and draw a line, imaginary line. Please, I am repeating: Procyon, Betelgeuse, Sirius, and imaginary line. It is a Y shape, elongated Y shape in the sky. It is very beautiful. These types of settings and these types of informations are very useful while we are using the sky watching softwares. So slowly we can love it. Okay. I am not the enemy of such a software, but don't be a fool seeing like this software, or don't be a slave of the softwares. Always slave of the sky and the beauty of the sky. Then in the evening time you can see another constellation, which is Cancer. It is a faint constellation. It is like the Cancer in crab constellation. Here you can see in each and every constellation there are interference of other constellation also. Very near to Cancer you can see another part of Hydra, the large sea serpent. The tail of the serpent is somewhere in the southern area, very southern area, but the head of the serpent is here somewhere. Somewhere here you can see a open cluster. So open cluster. Yes. Okay. Another time we can increase the time. Okay. Okay. Another beautiful constellation is you can see the constellation as well as you can identify the constellation. You can say many things about the constellation because this is an animal. You know, the head, the body part, the tail. It is a roaring animal. It's a roaring animal. It's a huge animal. The king of the jungle. You can identify. Leo, lion. The lion, the king of the animal kingdom, is here. Its head towards the west, tail towards the east, and leg towards the south, and this area towards the north. A roaring lion. He is as if he is going to engulf, swallowing the Cancer. Here's the famous star Regulus. In Malayalam it is known as Magam. In Malayalam there is a saying that Magam Piranna Manga. Magam Piranna Manga. The lady which born and the Nalu Magam. It is famous. It says so that I don't know. Here you can see Puram. There is also in Malayalam saying that Puram Piranna Purushan, the man who born with Pura star. And the tail which is known as Donibella stars. Anyway, this constellation is very famous and beautiful. The other importance of this constellation is very north to this constellation you can see Ursa Major. This Ursa Major is the Saptarishi constellation also. Saptarishi, 7 hermits, Saptarishi, and directly you can go to Pole Star also. You can see the Pole Star, I think. Yes, Polaris. You know, when you see the Leo constellation, look northern side, join these two stars and draw a line direct to this. You can find out the pole star. Okay. Use your binocular or telescope to see whether the stars are double or single, etc. When the time you increase at the midnight, you can see another constellation Virgo. Here, somewhere here, you know, there are so many, especially this area, there are so many galaxies. M87, a huge galaxy, or somewhere here, and Virgo cluster, Coma Bernices, etc. Here you can see another important star which is known as Spica. In Malayalam it is known as Chitra. Chitra is a white star, almost a pure white star. It is also a double star, but you cannot separate it with the telescope. It is a spectroscopic binary. You can separate this star only with the help of a spectroscope. Spectroscopic binary. Yeah, here you can see Arcturus. Arcturus is a red giant star. Chodi. In Malayalam there is a saying that Chodi Choratuli Bole. Chodi is like red blood drops. Is a Beautis constellation. The constellation is Beautis. Here you can see Corona Borealis. So here is the zodiac constellation lying in the ecliptic area. Cancer, then Leo, then Virgo, then Libra. Libra is a faint constellation. It is somewhat difficult to hear. Then you can see the moon today. In the morning time you can see the moon. Moon very near to Scorpius Constellation. Scorpius, a very beautiful constellation, Scorpius. Scorpius, in Malayalam it is known as Third. This Scorpius Constellation is one of the southern constellation with a huge star, red star. Antares is here. Antares means anti to Mars. It is rival of Mars. Why it is rival of Mars? Because both has the red color. Sometimes the which reach very near to Mars reach very near to yes, we are looking from Earth. Antares, they are like enemies. Both are red. This is a super giant, almost equal, or sometimes I think is larger than Betelgeuse. Very giant. I don't know why in Malayalam or in Sanskrit it is known as Triketaga. An admiration, a name of admiration, Triketa. Then Tiruvadira, this famous town. Okay, Antares. It's a very beautiful shape, very near to, or the northern part of this Scorpius is a huge constellation which is known as Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is not much important to amateur astronomers last years, because I think there is so much most interesting, but some saying that it is the 13th constellation. I am not going to say much about it. It's a complicated subject, whether there is 12 constellation or 13 constellation, etc. Okay. Anyways, this area is somewhat star minimum stars area. Okay. Then come to the zodiac constellation. Okay. Oh, morning. We want to get the Sagittarius area. Here you can see the Sagittarius constellation labels is known as. Okay, here you can see the Sagittarius. It is one of the very important constellation, because when we look to the sky, we can see a patch of light passing from south to north. This is our Milky Way, which is known as the which is our galaxy. Millions and millions of stars. We are looking to the center of our Milky Way. This is passing through the Sagittarius. We are the part of Milky Way, and when we are looking here, we are our Milky Way is about 1 lakh light years stretched. We are living from we are living 32 light years away from the center of this Milky Way. So we are 32 light years away from this center. We are looking to the Sagittarius constellation. We can see the milky shaped center of the galaxy. So when you are looking at the Sagittarius, you can see it's like a Milky Way or a cloudy nature. With the help of a binocular, you can see millions and millions of stars here, which is very beautiful. Okay, now the time is 5:46. Here it is almost the morning time. So we can go to the morning sky. Okay, are you ready? Yep. Okay. This is tomorrow morning, 24th, tomorrow morning. Today evening, you can listen tomorrow morning, 5:45, almost. It is only an approximate time. Don't hook upon the time. I want to show you something. Tomorrow morning, in the eastern sky, you can see when you are arise just before sunrise, about 5 o'clock, you can see the Sagittarius constellation and the brilliant Venus there, somewhere near to it, and you can see also the Scorpius constellation, Scorpius, and the moon also very near to Antares tomorrow morning. Listen, tomorrow morning, moon. So you cannot see so much about the sky or the Milky Way, but there is a moon is here, Antares is here, the beautiful Scorpion constellation is here, Sagittarius is here, Venus, brilliant Venus. Tomorrow morning, see the Venus. Just near to the Venus, you can see Mars. Mars is getting brighter and brighter this year. Sometimes Mars is dimming, and this year is getting brighter and brighter. Venus is here. I will show you a trick with the help of this. Can be done only with the help of a software. That is why I love software. Earlier I told you that I am not in love with the softwares, but now I am in love with the software. Why? That is our trick. Modern times we are sometimes loving, sometimes losing. Okay. Tomorrow the Venus is very too. Can you see this Venus and Mars? Okay. Can you see? Can you see? No response.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. This very morning time, you can change. Today is 24th. You can change the date 25th. Oh, what a beautiful sight! The moon is coming. They are waiting here. What? The Venus and Mars. The date 26th, moon is here in morning. 27th, moon is here. 28th, moon is here. 28th, the National Science Day. As if to enjoy the National Science Day, moon is here with Venus, Mars, Mercury, Saturn. What a beautiful sight. Photograph it with your mobile phone. Don't forget. Sometimes you may not get the Saturn, sometimes you may not get the Mercury, sometimes you may not get the Mars. Photo the moon and Venus. It is joyful. Okay? And share it with the planetarium, Calicut, RC Planetarium. Your beautiful sights in memory of this class. Okay? Remember the date? 28th. The Venus, Mars, don't forget, or moon, Mercury, Saturn. In a mobile photograph, I think sometimes it is beyond the limits of the Saturn is beyond the limits of mobile photography. And anyway, SLR camera is very useful. And you can the March 1st, the moon, Mercury, Saturn is near. Majority of them don't know where is Mercury and haven't seen Mercury even now. This March 1 is a rare occasion to see you or identify you the Mercury, because there is moon and indicator, main indicator, very near to Saturn, another indicator, very near to is Mercury. Don't forget that sun is coming. Oh, sun is coming. Nothing happened. Everything gone. Suppose 5:30 or 5, just rising from the horizon, you have to see the very, you have to go a very eastern side of the sky. I think it is better to watch the sky even before so start sky watching in the morning sky tomorrow onwards, and 26th and 27th, 28th, the beautiful sight. Don't copy the screen, you copy from the sky. Don't copy from the software, you copy from the sky. That is embedded in your mind. Only see the screen, only see the software, only use the software, but you watch the sky. That is very good for you and very good for the society and very good for the beauty of the sky. So I think this is time to stop this marathon class, about 2 hours. I think I can express some of my ideas to you. I don't know whether you can follow my language, whether you can get any good from this class. Time is almost over. Good day, good sky views, everything good. I am going to ask the permission from Jayant.
Yeah, if you are finished, then you can stop sharing. Any participants wants to ask any type of questions, they can always ask the speaker regarding this particular session. Because this
Yes,
sky observation has been always engaging, and in planetarium in Calicut Science Center, we used to do star parties, and everybody used to start at around 8 o'clock. We will come, we have somebody will give a talk, and then we will have a dinner, and then full night sky watching with 20 telescopes around the center. So that is a wonderful thing. I think that should be repeated everywhere. So it's a love for the sky. And please go ahead, any speaker, any participant.
Yes, this is Nirmala from Pune. Thank you so much for very nice and interesting session. Actually, I have two questions. One is you mentioned that we can use some of the softwares to capture the sky or the moon from the camera, mobile camera. So, if you could suggest some of the softwares. This is the first question, and the second one, the software which you showed for the past half hour, is it a paid one or the free one?
Okay, thank you, Nirmala madam. I am very thanks and very happy to hear that, because this is the first time I am giving an English lecture class to anyone. So I am
Okay.
very happy to hear it. Your first question, please repeat.
You mentioned that by using some of the softwares, we can click the sky or the moon or the stars from
Okay.
mobile camera.
Okay.
So, yes.
A Stellarium software mobile version is there, the online. You can download it free of cost. It is free.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Punnessery,
Oh,
actually that whether for capturing the in the mobile, for capturing the image in the mobile from telescope, whether there is any software.
what do you mean?
No, for capturing image from the sky using a mobile camera, is there any software?
Okay. Yes, there is so many softwares. One of the software I will show you. One is this starry camera. This is a Apple phone. Apple phone. I don't know whether it is useful in Android. Stereo camera is like this is a small, very small software. Stereo camera. The icon is like this. You can download it free of cost, and when you are open, you see a screen like this. Here is a 3 second, 10 second, 30 second, which is the exposure time of the camera, and at the night time you can use either of this. I think it is better to use the 3 seconds and keep the mobile like this, and or in a tripod, or I am doing like this, click and put it on a stool or a bench, and you can wait for 3 seconds or 4 seconds or 5 seconds. You'll get a beautiful picture of the constellations. Almost beautiful, not extraordinary, almost beautiful. So,
can you please show that icon once again? It was actually not clear.
Okay, view. He's going to change the view. He's going to close and change to view my.
I think you can type the name of the software in chat box.
Starry camera, nothing beyond that.
Starry camera.
Starry camera.
Star camera.
Starry
Okay,
camera.
sir. I'll search.
Okay. Don't worry. So many softwares are there. This is I think one of the simplest form. There are so many sophisticated. Use very simple method first. That will give us a confidence. There are so many so highly complicated softwares are there. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once I was a college student. Many told me that.
Punnessery, can you just stop the sharing? Then everybody can see the sharing. You stop. Sharing you stop. Sharing. Stop sharing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Continue.
Here is my friend. He is doing some work, technical works. I don't know what you are seeing and what you are hearing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. You can talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Yeah, you are saying
Okay.
something.
Many times they told me that SLR camera, sophisticated, etc., not required for our basic purpose. Only use mobile software and simple methods, and go ahead. You can.
And
Thank you,
Stellarium is
Thank you.
Stellarium is free.
Stellarium is free. There are so many free software. I think I am using one of the software which is Redshift. It was a paid one, but it was about 20 years ago. But now all the majority of the softwares are free. Even though no one is using, majority are not using it. Okay, thank you, Nirmala, for your question. What are you doing?
Thank you, sir. I am assistant professor in mathematics in senior college.
I am a poor biology teacher.
But I like photography. Some of the pictures of moon I had captured from my DSLR camera.
Okay.
So this was an interesting concept that we can do it from mobile phone also.
Okay.
So I will definitely try for that.
Thank you. Many thanks.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from anybody? So if there is no question, I thank Mr. Surendran Punnessery to have given his time and come here and given a wonderful talk, a demonstrative session, because observation is what leads us to be loving our subject, and then we play with observations, and then only we try to understand the details of what is inside astrophysics and all. So it was a very important talk, and how to organize such things in our colleges and schools and other club areas wherever we are associated is also quite important. So I thank the speaker, and I think we will wait for just a few minutes before we start the next session. Thank you.
Okay.